It is Thursday, July 2nd, 2015. Welcome, everyone, to episode 43 of the OG Cast, your clan podcast for the original Guardians. My name is Mike. You can find me on Xbox Live. I am Mike Rocks More. We're just going to have a quick and easy show this week, seeing as it's the holiday weekend for, I guess, a lot of people this week. Both the U.S. and Canada have their nation's birthdays this week, so we're going to keep things a little light. And joining us for the first time, we've got Justin here. So welcome, Justin.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Excellent. So as we said last week, you're heading up things on ESO. So how's that going?
Well, it's tough. I mean, got a lot of stuff going on. Trying to build the guild up and get more people going, trying to work on the PvP. We actually have a couple people in the guild who run with another much larger guild in PvP. They're more PvP focused. So we're trying to hook up with them and get some people up on levels and just do all that stuff.
Cool. Well, I guess just a few questions here for you. I guess what appeals to you about ESO? What's your kind of connection to the game? I guess.
I guess mainly what it would have to be is because it's a massive multiplayer online and MMO, but it could be completely played solo. When you run a dungeon, you could do the dungeon solo. You would struggle, but it's possible. But then it feels like a normal Elder Scrolls game. You have 30 skills that you can use. You could be a sorcerer who uses a two-handed sword or whatnot. You have complete control over what you want to be with your character.
Cool. Yeah, I don't really have much experience with it at none. But I've been hearing good things about it, so it's kind of got my intrigue pants on. But beyond that, I don't really know too much about it. So we talked about it a little bit last week. Keith and Sydney obviously playing a lot of it as well. So did you get a chance to listen to last week's episode at all, or did you have anything you'd like to add to what they said? Or
yeah, I did get a chance to watch most of it. Basically, PvP is amazing. They mostly covered a lot of it. I haven't got super far, so I don't know how a lot of the in-game stuff is. We have a couple people who are actually there, because once you actually beat the campaign for the alliance you start in, you get to go to the other areas. So you have, basically you get to play through all three areas. And there's also, they did add a patch a bit ago. We didn't get it because it came out earlier for the PC because it wasn't on the Xbox yet. So then what it did is it added all the 12-man dungeons, which are for your higher levels, and it said that it could take anywhere up to 2 to 3 hours for even your most experienced people. So I'm really looking forward to that.
So basically the equivalent of a raid in Destiny, sort of.
Yeah. A lot harder just because, everything's kind of out leveling you and stuff like that.
Okay. So like Crota's End.
The first time through Crota's End, yeah.
Yeah.
We did it first.
Oh, that's cool, yeah. Definitely the rating is definitely the big thing that I like in Destiny, so I'm sure that would be something that a lot of people would appeal to a lot of people as well, so that's definitely cool.
Oh, yeah.
You have a lot of MMO experience, or that's kind of your overall sort of background in gaming a bit?
Well, we could sit here for hours talking about all the MMOs I've played. I've done a lot of beta testing for alpha and beta testing for many MMOs. Uh, Basically, almost all the consoles besides the PlayStation 2 and 3. Or no, I had the 2. I didn't have the 3 and the 4. So I missed out on those. But I mean, major PC for a while, switched over to console, back and forth.
Wish you like better PC or console. I guess there's not a lot of MMOs on console, mind you, but
PC for like MMOs and stuff, and then console where because I have more people who play on console than I do on PC. So when it comes down to gaming with more people, it would have to be console because the controls are a lot easier and stuff like that.
fair enough. Got one that kind of stands out to you as your favorite, or one that you kind of just like the best, I guess?
Game or?
Yeah, just game, yeah.
Oh, probably the Elder Scrolls. I mean, I hate to say it just because, I'm the leader of ESO and stuff, but it'd have to be the Elder Scrolls series.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, I never played Skyrim, and I always heard, fantastic things about it, and it's definitely, I guess the transference into a sort of those sort of worlds would be easier for me now, not really having any MMO experience, and I guess kind of go back to Destiny. It's sort of Destiny's sort of a stepping stone, I guess, or you could call it just those sort of open world sort of environments, and that's something that's intriguing to me now. So I might pull the shoot
dark
one of
side.
these days. Yeah, I might. Yeah.
Well, we have room for you.
Oh yes, yeah. So is there like a cap on guild size, or is it just kind of just whatever it is, or like what are the kind of advantages or disadvantages to having a large guild, I guess?
For something like PvP, it's a large advantage because you have more groups running. The group sizes are about 24, I think. So 24 people running. If you have a larger group, then you're going to be able to get out more groups to control the board easier. As for guild size, I'm not sure. I do believe the PvP guild that we are in a quote-unquote alliance with is up most of like 400 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I mean, at 10 people, I think it is, you get your tabard, and then each group of people that you have, the more and more you get more stuff for your guild. Like at 50 people, when we hit 50, we'll be able to have a guild store where you can go in there and sell stuff for your guild and stuff like that.
Oh. But you could go into a little bit more about this PvP. Is it strictly just killing other players, or is there other stuff to it? Like kind of maybe walk us through a little bit of what's all involved there.
Basically, you get into Cyrodiil, or where Oblivion would be taking place, and there are all the major keeps there. And at the start of each, because there's different times, because the way I look at it, when you go into PvP, you're basically buying a contract, for 30 days, 90 days, 7 days, 14 days. And then that runs for that set amount of time. And what it is it takes on the 3 alliances. You each get points for how many keeps you hold and stuff like that. There's the 6 entered keeps. The team that or the alliance that holds that will have emperorship, and then the top ranking person on your leaderboard who has emperor, they basically get like super powered. So they're like your major piece for holding the board. And it's taking each keep has resources. You have to take your resources, and each guild is actually allowed to claim that resource area or that keep for their own guild. And then there's also the Elder Scrolls. Each team or each alliance has Elder Scrolls, and then if you take the other alliance's Elder Scrolls, what it'll be is you actually get a bonus for in PvP and in PvE. Like you'll have increased health, or you'll have increased experience you gain, stuff like that. And then the more keeps you hold, the more enemies keeps you hold. You also get your bonuses and stuff like that.
Cool. It's a lot more strategy based than just your conventional multiplayer. Where you just go around and just killing the other team and that kind of stuff. There's actually some more purpose behind it, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, if you don't have one team pushing the keep and one team, flanking, stuff like that, because you actually have to use like catapults and trebuchets to take down the walls for the keeps. You can't, just walk right into the door. It's like if you were to think about like old medieval combat, that's basically how it is.
Oh, excellent. Cool. Cool. Well, yeah, you got anything else you'd like to, just throw in about ESO or?
I don't know. It's fun. Everybody should get it and join us.
Fun is a good thing.
It's very time consuming, but I mean, you kind of just lose yourself in the game.
How many hours do you think you've got invested in it so far?
Oh, I don't know if I want to know.
It only came out just a few weeks ago, so it can't be that high yet.
Probably not as much as most people, but I mean, I'm sure I'm pretty far up there.
Well, at the time that you spent, how far do you think you are in ultimately? Half, quarter, 3/4?
Well, I mean, I'm on probably my 15th character now.
That'll hold you back a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I got my sorcerer is up to almost 25. I actually just started doing the main story mission, so I'm not too far in the story. But I mean, I've covered quite a bit of the board, or the map, and just been kind of adventuring.
Okay. And 50's the cap, or?
Well, what it is it's normally by the time you get out of the tutorial, because you can actually, after your first character, you can skip the tutorial. I mean, it's got its pros and cons for skipping it. You won't have as many items and stuff like that. But then you can work up to 50. Once you hit 50, you can go to veteran. And there's 14 veteran levels, and it's a million experience between each veteran level.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So how does this veteran work? Does it kind of work like, sort of like prestiging, like in Call of Duty, for example, where you kind of set your progress gets kind of reset, or is it you keep everything, or how does that work?
You actually do keep everything, but then you also get extra skill bars and stuff like that. Well, not really skill bars, but I don't know. You played Oblivion, right?
No, actually, I didn't know.
Oh, you haven't
I haven't
played
played any Elder Scrolls at all, actually.
Well, in the older ones, you could pick like your sign. I mean, they have the signs in this one, but in this one, it's actually after you hit veteran, you get your champion points, and your champion points carry over per other character you create after you already hit veteran. So then it's just like,
okay,
it makes you kind of like a lot stronger. Like you
Okay.
put one veteran point into your warrior, and it might give you like 500 more defense or something like that.
Okay. And you can spend these points however you see fit, I guess, then, or?
Well, there's three skill trees for the veteran, the champion points, and every time you get a champion point, it goes for one of the three, and then you can put them into multiple branches of the three trees.
Okay. Cool. It's basically lots to do and lots to grind for, I guess, which can be a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another thing that takes away from the whole grinding aspect is there's actually like kind of like world events from Guild Wars, if you've ever played that. Like little anchors will come out of the sky where the bad guys start coming out, and you can you take that out and you get it like a chest or something like that, which will have some pretty cool items in it. And then there's also smaller ones. There's smaller ones that will spawn around the map, and there's actual area bosses. that have every now and then they spawn.
Okay. I guess it's not that different than public events in Destiny. I guess those sorts of little mini sort of things that pop up every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a timer, or are they just completely random, or?
I haven't figured out if they are on a timer or not. I mean, it seems like every 5 to 10 minutes they do spawn, but I'm not sure on that.
Okay. Cool. Well, definitely seems like there's a lot going on in that game for sure. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, unless you got anything else you'd like to add to that, I think we could probably move on here.
No, I think that's about it.
Okay. Cool. All right. I was going to keep things a little pretty short tonight, actually. I know we said last week we were going to talk about Halo and Hunt the Truth, but seeing as everyone's sort of MIA this week, we're going to push that back to next week. So if you didn't get a chance to get caught up on Hunt the Truth, you have one more week to do so. Strongly encourage you to do it. They actually released the entire series out on, I guess, one broadcast, I guess now. It's 3.5 hours long if you want to listen to the whole thing from end to end in one sitting. Otherwise, yeah, it's all broken down into the individual segments as well as in addition. So you can catch up on that. All right. I just want to quickly touch on one last thing here. And we had a new Bungie update here, and that's kind of exciting to me. I'm just going to pull it up here because I'm completely unprepared, of course. But basically, in the update this week, Deej was saying that from here on out, we're actually going to be getting some actual information in the updates, which is kind of exciting because if you're, unless you're new to the cast, it's kind of been a gripe for us for a long time. How Bungie just seems to kind of hide behind the update a little bit and not really give us too much information here. And of course, my computer's being incredibly slow tonight. So other than that, they kind of ran through a bit of kind of what we already knew of what's coming for the Taken King, but a little bit more. I guess a little bit more of the promise of that's more information is going to be coming. And it seems that because there's been a lot of complaining in the community lately about basically the whole Luke Smith interview and all that kind of stuff. So it seems like Bungie has heard us and they are going to be trying to make amends. And I think a lot of people have been complaining about the lack of information from Bungie overall. So that's going to be changing, it seems. So that's definitely a good thing. Justin, Taken
Yes.
King, yay, nay? Think you'll jump back into it at some point, or?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I mean, if you guys need me to come carry you through something, I mean, I can always hop back on. No, I don't know. I know there's been a big confrontation about the whole $40. Is it worth it? Is it not? Maybe if it goes on sale, I can't see myself dropping $40 on it. But I don't know. I'll watch your guys' response. If it's amazing, I'll probably look into it. But it's not something I'll hit up right now.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the consensus right now, is that kind of the wait and see. A lot of good games coming out this fall, so. But then there's looks to be some good stuff coming in the with this expansion. Brand new raid, and apparently a much larger raid than anything they've done before. So that seems to be really cool. Crota's End, of course, was wasn't really a raid in the true sense compared to Vault of Glass was, but it seems like they're going to be putting a lot of effort into the new raid, which is good. It seems that they're going to be bring a lot more sort of raid mechanic into even the strikes, it seems, as well, which is kind of cool as well, to kind of bring a new dynamic to the strikes, which have been, you know, fairly boring for the most part. So it seems really that they are trying to really make the Taken King basically kind of what we were promised with Destiny all along, which is, you know, obviously what they need to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, with the bundles and stuff, I'm sure people are are jumping right on it. You know, people who haven't gotten it yet, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's bound to be a lot of people who are gonna, you know, get their first taste of Destiny this fall. So, and you know, like, we're obviously still fans of it for the most part. I know some of us have had our complaints, and you know, some have not, but. But yeah, I am willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. So, but I guess this is kind of make or break time for them. So I guess it's their thing to lose ultimately. So all the pressure's really on them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely keep my eye on it and keep how, like, what you guys were talking about and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the best way to get feedback is to, you know, talk to people. So, you know, reviews only paint half the picture sometimes. So, but I think the reviews for the most part have been fairly spot on with Destiny for the most part through all the, you know, DLC so far. So, just have to see how it goes, I guess. I guess one last thing in the updates. Bungie Day, which is next week on the 7th. Apparently, that's the big community day, I guess, in Bungie's world. So that's when we're going to find out a little bit more about the rewards to the Year 1 players. So it looks like there's an emblem or something. Looks kind of cool. Whether that's all we're getting, I'm not too sure, but just have to wait and see. So of course there was a big tease for that. So see what happens next week with that. But beyond that, I don't really think I have much else on my list here. Iron Banner, of course, this week, and of course that's your Clan Wars event. So if you want to check your stats and such, just sign up to Clan Wars and check all your stuff there. Link is for that. It's in the show notes. And you know what? I think that's probably a good spot to end right there.
Okay.
Unless you got something else you'd like to throw in here.
Can I say join Smite and ESO?
Yes, you can. Yes, you certainly can.
Come to the dark side.
Been playing a lot of Smite still, or?
Yeah, I'd hop on every now and then.
Yeah, definitely liking ESO better.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, I won't tell Howard.
Just tell him to. Howard, skip this episode. Ignore all that has been said before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're yeah, no, yeah.
No.
Yeah, so, yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Smite is definitely fun, but I mean, like I said, ESO definitely consumes you.
I hear that. People getting addicted to video games, that just doesn't happen. Yeah, you're preaching to the choir there for sure. You know, we're not addicted here at all to anything.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, so, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you want to join our Smite or ESO communities, definitely hit us up on the website. Send us an application. I'm not sure if we got an actual ESO portion on the application page yet. We're working on that, so that will be up very soon. Other than that, just say that you want to play ESO, instead of Smite or Destiny, and we'll get you hooked up, and that is something that we are looking at, and we'll get the website updated here right away. And if you're playing Destiny, sure, come hit us up with that too. And Halo too. A lot of people playing Halo again, so that's definitely kind of a big thing. Master Chief Collection seems to be almost playable now these days. So yeah, a lot of people playing that again. So even I started into the campaigns there to get prepped for Halo 5. So but we'll talk a little bit more about that next week. Because definitely, a lot of Halo buzz going around right now. So yeah, we'll talk about that in depth next week.
The big war between 343 and Bungie.
Oh, war, but yeah, we're going to talk about that. A little spoiler for next week. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that, and of course, yeah, we'll break down Hunt the Truth and kind of see where things are headed with Halo and all that. So definitely going to be a good show next week. Hope everyone can make it. Yeah. Let's wrap things up here. Links in the show notes if you want to catch the updates. Clan Wars is in there. Hunt the Truth link is in there as well. If you want to get caught up, you got one more week, and I strongly encourage everyone to give it a listen. It's not only just a good Halo series; it's just a good series in general. So I don't think you'd be disappointed. Beyond that, of course, the website is originalguardians.com. Facebook page, search Original Guardians. You can find us on Twitter at OGuardians, and if Google Plus is your thing, search plus Original Guardians. Like I said, we will be back next week with the full gang again. Thanks everyone for listening. Hope everyone has a great long weekend, and yeah, we'll be back next week.